Hello everybody, XE here, and we are going to watch the game on the map Slated Hartred between me and Race. You can see unusual start from Race. He went for 2 solars, now creating a vehicle plant, and then he might go for maxes. I'm doing a little opposite build order. I created max and solar and then the vehicle plant. This replay for now is a little slowed down for me to get more time to explain why these build orders can work sometimes. Most of you prefer the first start with like 3 maxes being spotted in close position, and you create the maxes first, then going for some energy. This start allows you to get a little more resources overall during the game, which later you spend for more units or faster taking up. In 1v1 it's sometimes more important to go faster, the faster plant, to make units faster and rely and base your strategy on the raiding instead of overall economy. That's why I'm making some weasels and 2 gators, and after that going for 4th metal extractor. Race is doing actually not a bad choice. He's doing the same. He is creating some flashes, maybe whistles, not maybe, we are watching this right now. This was the second game of best of 4. I'm not casting the first game because it was on the test version and there was not really something extraordinary, and that game was pretty fast, which Race lost, of course. So we are just expanding right now with the construction units, and yeah, I'm relying on more gators from start to make a pressure at Race, and he is doing his macro playing. He has already 2 construction vehicles, and I have only right now 1. But he still also order for some whistles and flashes. And let's see how it was. I also skipped some metal deposits to go faster for the double ones, and to make some defense before his flashes reach my base. Right now I'm trying to make some harassment at his base, but he has this LLT already and 3 construction vehicles. Unfortunately for me, I think I have lost this construction vehicle to this raid party, trying to defend this with my pack of whistles, and it works successfully, but unfortunately, yeah, construction vehicle was lost. But anyway, the metal is on my side, so I can reclaim this soon. And we are still pretty even in economy with Race. But yet he has 4 construction units. But me has 2 vehicle plants. And only 1 construction unit, Jesus Christ. This is really bad for me. This is what Race is well known with his reputation. He's great macro playing with much construction vehicle plans and fast expanding he expands like octopus across the map. So I paid for him for his early raid, and one of his construction units is destroyed, and I'm doing some harassment here. But anyway, he has still more constructions than me. Really important on this map to cover your early expanding, like this part of the site. That's why my construction unit is going straight for these double maxes, and I think I ordered to make LLTs on this space, so I can prevent any raids and force forces to go. To cover this area, which means that the race has to send his flashes around for longer way, so I have more time to prepare my reinforcements with gators and other kind of units. And this does work well, because right now I have more metal, it seems. Or was I reclaiming? Anyway, we are really close in metal production, but he has more energy right now. And let's see how the game was going. Some LLTs are placed around my base with some, passes between each other, so any units which are crossing between the LLTs will be twice damaged by both. Here is the raid with some flashes. We're done, and at the same time I'm doing the same. Yeah, I'm going to use a single word to explain what's going on the map. We can see some lags, I guess, because my units were shooting at nothing. So I lost 3 maxes, but which are going to be replaced soon. So Race is guessing what happened, but you could see a little bit. There was an LLT, one LLT, which were a little surrounded with some gators, which was preventing flashes to kill this in time. And he was like, he was saying that I'm lagging, but it was like just a good protecting the LLT with other units. Let's see how much construction units I have, like 4, 5 expanding, and Race has, I guess, much more. He has 5 right there expanding, 1 here, 1 for assist, and another one. This guy is just crazy with his amount of construction units he produces during the time. So there are some levelers and javelins on the battlefield. Race is now spamming stampies and me doing the same, because at some point you really have to make a really strong units like raiders, because they can absorb a lot of damage, and actually raiders is a good counter for storms, because even if you have much storms, not a really as even a small group of raiders like 5 can be a difficult targets just because of the amount of HP they can take. So you just push forward with your raiders and is able to kill some mexes or defense and push back the storms incoming to your base. Here Race has a nice combination of units, flashes, stampies, javelins. I have created an air plant, and unfortunately I have spotted this attack too lately to prepare my units to defend myself. So these flashes are coming in. Hopefully it wasn't well grouped. If he had grouped javelins and flashes much closer to each other, then it will be much more difficult to defend. At the same time, I am attacking the race's middle expanding with levelers and raiders, which is a really brute force, DPS and HP. And here is also DPS, range and HP, like stampies and javelins also can be a good combination. So we are doing the attacks at each other. And trying to step by step gain some advantage. My advantage is that I have my advantage is air, because I am well known for my air playstyle. Hopefully for Race he learned to make a lot of MTs before I reach my critical mass with bombers. But anyway, it's still possible to raid on the not really defended positions. Also, as you can see, these raiders are placed in the secured with heals spots, and I don't really stampies can kill this, but only if you certainly can or if it is yeah, even Stamp can't really attack this radar. It's really difficult. Maybe only if you micro your Stampy somehow like this and order and try to do some tricks like this one, and still it's not really easy to do so. So here is the bomber run coming, and I don't think it was really successful because I did not scouted that there are a lot of MTs. If I tried to make some peepers and scout it, I would of course tried to bomb something like across this line, because there are not much MTs, only in the main base. So this tier 2 vehicle plant could be cancelled by the bomber run, because I had like 5 and potentially these labs could be also destroyed, or solars. Right now there was another attack by a race with stampies, flashes and few javelins, and the numbers is growing up slowly, and that's forced me to make a keyboard plant for MAKs, because MAKs actually the better counter for against stampies or raiders, just because that storms has rockets which fly fast, but lasers of MAK travel the distance between units faster, and of course the damage is bigger. In case that race at this point of the game, it felt for me that race has more economy just because of the amount of units he produces to attack my site. That's why I created a lot of LLTs and tried to upgrade my geos as fast as possible, and even created the GET on the base. at the same time trying to fight his forces on the right side. Good thing with the keyboard lab is that I have might to reclaim all these wrecks across the map. And the air advantage allowed me to expand right there. He has created his tier 2 advanced plant. I'm being a little slower with this because it really seemed for me that I'm in a disadvantage right now, but yet it seems pretty close, and my economy is a little bigger. What else to say? Race has created an air plant as well, because he released that air is important at this point of the game to also get these wrecks. So maybe it seems like an easy thing to manage, but all these things must be like default processes in your mind while playing TA. Like what, and you have to always think about the next step of what you are going to do. If your plan across the game just to expand across the map with defense, it's not the way you are going to win. You always have to think what your opponent might doing at this point. And this advice might be helpful for such players like Hartred, our well-known French guy who relies mainly on the defense, and this doesn't really help him sometimes to win the game, because he's being by such gameplay he's being very cornered in a small area, and slowly he loses the game, and just because he takes his corner, maybe like this, and allowing opponents to get much more metal and energy and potential ways to attack himself from different sides. At this point of the game I really was afraid that Race is very ahead of me, so I was like clicking super fast with my construction units, like expand, reclaim, doing some stuff like this, but of course more accurately. It just was the example. All these rates really had some mental effect. MAK is also good against Panthers, because of the damage the MAKs can deal, and because the Panthers are really badly nerfed for last 2 patches, and if you move your Panthers to even tier 1 units have a chance to destroy Panthers just because of the first shoot. First shoot is really important for such units like Panthers, because you can trade your HP for the damage. Right now Panthers can't do much damage for the HP trades. That's why I'm not recommending to use them in the 1v1 games. Only if you are really sure about what you are going to do, and if there are spotted areas where Panthers can pass successfully and deal really huge damage. Unfortunately, at this point, at this position, I could not upgrade in time my HLT for the Viper to secure it. I also was trying to defend HLT with Dragon Teeth, but unfortunately it didn't happen. Here I'm trying to implement the experience from the team games. I have a vehicle planned only just on whistles because it's really worth it. You send your army with whistles. Whistles provide vision, so your ranged units like Reapers can deal damage. It also gives you an information what you are going to face with your units. It also distracts opponent that he might think that you have more units to care about. Here was done a great push by me with tier 1 and tier 2 units. Race is on his bulldog strategy at the moment. Here we can see the mistake Race is going to do, is making. He went to upgrade Mohus not in the good way, because you better to upgrade these double maxes to get more metal faster, and then you go for single ones. And now Race is just giving up because he realized he has big troubles. So I hope this fast game showed you some experience from me, from Race, and you got some tips. Thank you for watching, and I'm going to cast the third game we had.